This has been a long time coming. Fans are super excited about this, but you were quick to temper their expectations. Why?
Well, I know it takes time. Our goal is to, in the fan base, the management, myself, is one, we want to be a good playoff team. We want to be a team that ultimately can compete for a Stanley Cup championship. That takes some time. As I've said numerous times, it does take time. Like these kids, you're drafting them 18, 19, sometimes, 20 years old. It takes time for them to become prospects, to NHL players that can win. Some sooner, some later. It's hard to get those players because 31 teams are trying to get the same pool of players, whether they're prospects or free agents or whatnot. Like I said, I think there is a good foundation here. We have a lot of draft picks. We have some good kids coming. And how well we draft and how quickly these players develop into impact players in the NHL will kind of determine the timeline, really. But so the plan necessarily doesn't change. It can change based on unexpected, both good and bad outcomes of some of your decisions.
You must be really good friends with Ken Holland. If he said, hey, I know my replacement, here he is.
Again, I go back, I was drafted by the Red Wings in 1983. Kenny was in the organization as a goalie. I've known him since then. He saw me through my playing days, particularly the last few years of my career, where he got me, through to retirement. We won Stanley Cups together here, and then upon retirement and going into the front office, was incredibly welcoming and took the time and the interest to educate me and share, or include me in the process, which I really enjoyed, and I learned a lot, and I'm grateful for. And we've worked together with the Olympic teams and the Canadian national program a few times. Worked a lot together. I really very appreciative of the mentorship, of the friendship, and I like his style. I like the way his management's. I'd probably be a little different. Our personalities are different, but I like the way he does things, and I was incredibly impressed how he managed, how he treated people, how he managed people. So I really have great admiration for him and appreciation, and really enjoy working with him. I think and you all do as well. He's a good man. He's got a great personality. He's got a positive outlook, and as Chris said, he's very, very humble and selfless for someone who has managed a team through basically the 4 Stanley Cups and all the great things. You would never know it talking to him.
He actually carried my camera for me up north at training camp, so I'll expect the same.
Like I said, we're a little bit different, but if that needs to be done, I'll do it for you.
And just the last question for you, the Red Wings that are here to support you, Henrik's here, the old guys you played with, not old, sorry.
It's okay, no,
but
we're
just
old.
the history of this organization, it's special.
When I came here, walked through Jolos Arena, I would pass Gordie Howe in the hall. I'd pass Ted Lindsay in the hall, Sid Abel, see Alex Delvecchio around. These guys are some of the greatest players in the history of the game, obviously in the history of this organization. And that's one of the unique things about an Original Six franchise. Now, as I come back, I see the guys that I played with, my friends, and we all go off in different directions with our careers and our families. We're all from different countries. But guys are still around, and I get the chance to see Dino and Mac and Henrik's here. Chris is working in the organization. Yuri's in the organization. These are guys they grew up with me. I grew old with them, but they're my friends, and it's really nice to see them here. And again, this organization has a lot of history, and to get to see the former players, that's what's unique about Original Six teams, and these guys did a lot of winning, Stanley Cups, these guys here, so it's great to have them around.
We think you're going to bring winning back.
I hope
Welcome
so.
home.
Thank you. Thank you.
Quick question.